I am excited, I guess, Logan, since you didn't want to ask me a question while we were interviewing. But I am excited, feel a little nervous. Haven't never sat the scout oath. I practiced before I got here. Of course, I screwed it up at one point. Covered it though.
My name is Craig Marks. I'd like to welcome you all out tonight to the Court of Honor for Justin Dean Kerby. I will be reading through the program here. What we'll do is we'll first go through the flag ceremony. After the flag ceremony, we'll start with an invocation by Patrick Ola, and then I will introduce, we will go up to that point there. Color guard.
Color guard attention. Audience, please rise. Scout salute. Those not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Color guard cross the colors. Color guard post the flag of the United States of America. Color guard posting the flag for the great state of Texas. Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard dismissed. Audience, you may be seated.
Our Heavenly Father, we're grateful to be gathered here today for this honored occasion for the Eagle Scout Corps of Honor for Justin Kerby. We're grateful for all the time and sacrifice he's put into this award, and we're grateful to be able to have this beautiful building to be gathered into. We ask Thy Spirit to be with us, that we may feel Thy love and to always remember that you're our Heavenly Father, and that for the great sacrifice of Thy Son. And we say these things in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Chris, would you explore Justin Kerby? Please stand. As they come up, it's really my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you Justin Dean Kerby, who has earned his Eagle Scout Award. It was my pleasure to be his scoutmaster when he first came to our troop, and we were pretty lucky to do that because his best friend, Mr. Olvard, is in another troop, and we scored with Justin. I recall the first camp out that you went with me is what solidified for me that he was going to become one of the leaders in my troop. Just the poise, the maturity, the levelness of decision making that he was able to do really impressed me. And the thing is what's great about today is we're actually celebrating a good thing. It's a rarity today that we get to stand up and pat these guys on the back. We hear too much about having to deal with the problems, and what a great problem to deal with today. So it is with my pleasure that I introduce to you Justin Kerby, and as just by way of getting started here, in 1930, now I know that was a long time ago, 2 years I think after I was born. Don't laugh. A gentleman named Kurt Hinckley wrote this poem that is just a great poem on eagles. A fond mother watches her boy where he stands apart from his comrades tonight, and she placed on his camp and battered tunic a badge, an eagle, the emblem of right. It seems to her just a few short months have passed since he joined with the youngsters next door. How proud he was then of his tenderfoot pen as they told of the message it bore. But the years have gone as he struggled along to learn what the scout law's about. He practiced them daily, the oath and that law, until now he's an Eagle Scout. You may say with your worldly wise wisdom at this and say, why, it's only a pin, but I tell you no honors he'll gain as a man will mean quite as much to him. The red, white, and blue of the ribbons you see are symbols of honor and truth. He has learned how to value these fine attributes in the glorious days of youth. And the outflinging wings of the eagle that rests on the breast of this knight of today are the things which shall lift him above petty deeds and guide him along the right way. Yeah, it's only a pin, just an Eagle Scout badge, but the heart that beneath it's true and will throb to last for things that are good, a lesson for me and for you. What I'd like to do at this time is turn the time over now to myself. Randy Brenna, our committee chairman, had something come up at the last moment. We just talked to him. He apologized he could not make it today. So we're going to fill in a little bit for him as we move along. Chris, if you would escort Justin's parents to the stand. What we have here, before we had Justin, the single leg in this process. And if you've ever tried to take a stick and make it stand up on its own, it just doesn't seem to work that way. But when you get two other sticks tied together at the head and creating a tripod, it's one of the few engineering feats that you just really have to struggle to tip over. What a great family we have here in the Kerbys. I can tell you that not every boy that starts out to be a scout becomes an Eagle Scout. It is difficult to do. It is. It's strenuous. It takes a lot of time. In order to complete the Eagle service part of his rank, this is something that the scout must do on his own. Now, when I say must do on his own, I want to explain that it's him who has to decide on what his project will be, how it will be implemented, and then he has to lead the project. He must bring people together to do this project. Now, for those of us who have our jobs, we already know how difficult that is just to motivate people to get things done at work. So you can imagine when you take a responsibility like this and put it on these young men and they pull this off time after time successfully on this journey to Eagle, what great men we've grown. It's also the physical requirements. The hiking, the moving, the service. The medal, it is tough. It's tough being in school, working, day-to-day pressures from your friends, parents, and on top of that, put together your Eagle. But perhaps more difficult is the important requirement for the Eagle rank, and that's personal character of the scout. It's reflected in right attitudes towards God, the ideals of scouting, reflected in cooperation and service to others, in neighborhoods, schools, church, playgrounds, homes, and community. In order to receive his Eagle Award, Justin has to have a high degree of all of this. He has to put this together. He has to meld it to come out to become the fine man you see today. At this time, what I'd like to do is turn over the time to Jeff Hakes. And then after Hakes, Brother Hakes, if you turn the time back over, that's what we'll do first.
Well, it's truly my pleasure to be here today and to be with Justin on this exciting day. I think ever since Justin was 13, at least maybe even 12, he's been taller than me, so excellent. I'm very proud of that. I'm always proud of people that are taller than me, so that's great. But I, like Brother Marks, have had many wonderful adventures and activities with Justin over the years, and it's wonderful to see him grow and develop. That's one of the great things that I enjoy in scouting, is that watching these young boys at 11 or 12 come in trying to find their way and figure things out. And then as they move forward, by the time they're 16, 17, 18, they've matured so much. They've learned so many great things, and it's wonderful to see them have this success and to move forward. So now I'm going to ask you some questions. Are you ready? Do you realize that you will have a greater responsibility as an Eagle Scout?
Yes.
Your technical requirements for an Eagle Scout qualify you for greater leadership and responsibility. Are you willing to accept this responsibility in behalf of your brother Scout, your troops, and others?
Yes.
As an Eagle Scout, those who know you will expect your daily personal conduct to emulate fully the spirit of the Scout Oath and Law. Will you do your best as an Eagle Scout to live the Scout Oath and Law?
Yes.
Then, are you now ready to recommit yourself to the Scout Oath?
Yes.
Will you then, I would like you then to repeat the Scout Oath. Yes, sir.
I will do my best to do my duty to God my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally weak, and morally straight.
Great. Thank you, Justin. It is my pleasure now then to present the Eagle Scout Award to Justin Kerby. Now, we all know that this does not happen without faithful, diligent parents. So we have here for Justin to present a pin first to his mom and then to his dad. not only do we congratulate Justin, but also his parents. It's my pleasure to have got to know them a little bit over the years, and it's wonderful to have them part of our troop and be part of this great celebration today. Thank you, and congratulations again. Now, you may escort your parents, and they can be seated. We'll keep you up here for a little longer, all right?
Well, congratulations again, Justin. But before we get out of here, we do have two more people that we'd like to have. One is the Scoutmaster's Minute, which will be given by Jeff Robinson. Following Jeff, we have some remarks by Alan O'Neill, who was another one of Justin's Scoutmasters. We'll go to that point.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Justin, congratulations on achievement of reaching that Eagle Scout. I have something, a little tidbit I was kind of relating to you, that I'll relate to you based on my professional experience that I just recently retired from the military and the rank that I achieved there, and I'm going to relate it there to you. But first I'm going to read you some minutes here, just kind of follow with me. There once was an Indian brave that was walking down the trail when he discovered an eagle egg that had fallen out of its nest. He looked up and saw the nest was too high for him to reach and return the egg. So he placed the egg in a nearby prairie chicken nest. When the egg hatched, the little eagle thought he was a prairie chicken. Prairie chickens stay on the ground and they eat only worms and grubs. So as the eagle grew, he ate nothing but worms and grubs and walked around with the other prairie chickens. One day, he looked up high in the sky and saw some eagles soaring high among. He once asked one of the prairie chickens, "How can they fly up there while we are down here eating worms and grubs?" The prairie chicken answered, "They are eagles. They can do that because we're prairie chickens and that's what we do." So the eagle spent the rest of his life flying very little and eating worms and grubs because that's what he was told to do. But Justin, I looked at that and I thought about just a moment of the ceremony there, and that pretty much sums it up about the prairie chickens and the difference in the eagles. If you're told that's all you can do, then that's all you're going to do. But if you set your standards high and you set a goal, you can achieve anything you do. I'm not sure what the percentage is for Eagle Scouts in America, how many people have tried and what the percentage of how many reached there. I know in my career, I thought of myself as being one of those eagles as well versus a prairie chicken because I wanted to attain a certain rank. And then in the military, the position that I was going for, less than 1% of all personnel reached that rank. And I look at you as the same profession. Less than 1% reached the eagle. And that's what you are. So congratulations on the job well done, reaching that and achieving that great goal in your life. But that will take you beyond that with future years and future things that you do in your life. And you can look back on that experience that, hey, I can do whatever I need to do. And you don't have to do because when people say that's what you are. So take that with you, put it in your back pocket. And I always say put it in your toolbox because that's part of life. And you can achieve anything you can when you set your sights up, just as you did with this eagle. So congratulations again.
As mentioned earlier, I had the privilege of being Justin's first Scoutmaster, and it was an honor to have him in the troop. And I am very thankful, very glad, and very proud that he continued working in Scouts to earn the Eagle Scout rank. what I would like for you to do in your life is to put some stuff back into Scouts that you got out of. You got out training in leadership. You got out working with other people. Teamwork. You learn teamwork, and you learn how to lead and to get other people to work for you. Take that experience, put it back in the Scouts. Don't ever leave Scouts. Be a leader in the Scout organization for the rest of your life. It will reward you in more ways than you can ever imagine. You know, I knew Justin when he first joined the Scouts, and he came up to hero me. You know, like everybody else said, I look up to him. And Justin, people will be looking up to you the rest of your life. You are a leader. You know how to get things done, and you know how to organize things to where you can make things happen. You, as an Eagle Scout, are a marked individual. You have that stamp, Eagle Scout, on you. It will remain with you for the rest of your life. Use it wisely. Use it with honor. You can put that Eagle Scout on your resume when you go to work, apply for a job. You can put that on your application to college. You can put that on your application to be in the military. It is something everybody looks at, and everybody will take note of that, and that you know how to get things done, that you're a leader, that you didn't just sit by and let other people work. So, I want to encourage you as a marked man. People are going to look up to you, and they're going to expect great things out of you. That's about the gist of the remarks I have. But Justin, I'm very proud of you, and congratulations for making it to this game.
Somebody said that they didn't know what the percentage of Scouts become Eagles. I happen to have a little bit of a statistic on that. To give you an idea, today in the world we have 7 billion people. That's 7 with a lot of zeros after it, that's all I know. Since 1912, only 2 million Scouts have become Eagles. Since 1912. Today what we're looking at is we expect about 5% of our Scouts to become Eagles. And I know that it's a great honor to have you as an Eagle. It really is. And it will benefit you, believe it or not, it will. Okay, at this point, what we'd like to do is turn the time over to our color guard. For the retrieving of colors, after which we'll have Brother Logan Ovar say the benediction, and then we've got some refreshments, right? Mom said, yeah. All right, color guard.
Color guard attention. Audience, please rise while we return to color. Color guard forward march. Color guard retrieve the colors. Audience, you may be seated.
Our Congregation and Father, we are so very generous for this day. Please bless that Kerby might continue to enjoy the rank of eagle, and please bless the refreshments that it may nourish and strengthen our bodies and do so we need, and ask things in my Sunday's Christ.
It was awesome. I feel great that I got it now. Now I gotta give out an award to somebody else for being my mentor throughout scouting, which is gonna be hard, but I think I have someone in mind.